Live from E3, we swear, it's the SOGOpod. I'm Kinder. You can hear the crowd in the background there. They're going off.
And I'm Frank. We are here in sunny Los Angeles, California, by way of LaGrange, Georgia, at the E-Triple, the Electronic 3.
A-Tray.
All the lights, all the sounds, all the fun, everything you love about video games, and so much more. So far in the world we live in, we've only seen 2 of the press conferences, but we need to get an episode out as hardworking, red-blooded American podcasters. We need to put out content, or else.
We've kind of put it off due to being lazy, and then also kind of put it off due to a bunch of info dropping all at once while we were like, okay, let's record tonight. Oh shit, new information coming out tomorrow.
Can't do it now, yeah.
Right. So, yeah. But we're late as fuck right now, and we're like, we got a conference under our belt, we need to go. Right, by the time you hear this, I'm trying to get it out the day after we record this. I'm trying.
So let's go ahead and start off with EA. Just get a quick one out there. It pretty much finished up with the entire back half of the show, Star Wars Battlefront. Looks good. Looks like a Star Wars Battlefront game.
Before we get too far into this, I had some E3 predictions. I want to get my scorecard going.
Okay. All right.
So,
I didn't have any. I flew by the seat of my pants.
It's all right. My only EA prediction was they will announce Skate 4.
And you were wrong.
I was wrong, so 0 for 1 there.
Skate forward. There is this great game from the makers of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, A Way Out. It's a co-op cinematic kind of story game. So, like, it's meant to be played on the couch, 2 people, and you're playing as prisoners trying to escape prison. Looking at the trailer, though, it seems like, yeah, you're going to escape prison, but there's a lot more after you escape prison.
Right.
And it's like the way they did it is that there's a lot of times where like one player will be watching a cutscene while the other one is playing the game still, and that'll bounce back and forth. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they cut a lot. They don't cut away from the action completely at any point in time. It seems like they go this back and forth style kind of thing.
Right.
A lot of people have said it kind of looks like maybe it's almost like a DVD game or something where like you press a button, cutscene happens kind of thing.
Right.
But I mean that just depends on what the final experience comes out being. If it is more of a story, then that's fine. That's kind of what you expect.
I only caught a piece of that one. I was at my mom's this whole time trying to watch E3 stuff. My phone was on like 10%. I'm like, just show me fucking shit, right?
Just give me something.
Just like skipping all around.
Veins.
I was like 40 minutes behind the fucking live stream, so I was just like skipping around and around.
Yeah. New Need for Speed Payback. It looks like Fast and Furious.
Really good. It looks really good though. It looks like old Need for Speed, which is great.
But also like old Burnout too. Like it had like takedown effects and stuff, and also like just the general story seems to be, hey, you're in the Fast and Furious.
Speaking of Burnout, I played Burnout Paradise. Fucking garbage. It's not Burnout. That is fucking
Paradise
GTA.
Is great. What are you talking about?
I hate it. I haven't given it the time it deserves.
It's not Burnout, but it is a fun game. It's more fun if it had like an active community still, and it was like 2008 again, but it's not. Battlefield 1 in the Name of Azar, which is the expansion DLC pack for the Russian front in World War I for Battlefield 1. So yeah, there's that. Madden this year has a story mode for the first time ever. So
is it going to be based on steroid use?
No, it looks like it's going to be more based on like you're a rookie high school player trying to make it in the NFL. Who hasn't heard this story before?
Let's play Varsity Blues, the game.
Now, what I wouldn't mind is if you were a high school football player trying to make it in the NHL. I'd like to see them try to make that game.
Mighty Ducks, the movie.
Right, yeah. So then they also had the FIFA trailer. It's fueled by Ronaldo. That's what they're going with. I guess they did some Ronaldo stuff. He's a
Who the fuck is
guy.
Ronaldo? I don't know.
He's a footy guy, and they're coming out with a new NBA game. Even though they kind of have bungled it the past few times, they're gonna try again. And that's
so my previous boring prediction for EA Sports was correct.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They kind of phoned it in this year. They did talk about for a little bit Anthem, but we'll get to that when we cover Microsoft. Overall, my main critique with EA was last year, it was fun and funny because they brought in celebrities to be there to try to lend them street cred. Hey, look,
you listened to the latest Laser Time, didn't you? The latest video game apocalypse, didn't you?
Yeah, because
I listened to it today cutting grass, and I'm like, I knew he was going to say something about this shit.
Right. They had that, but that was actually it's mostly because of Giant Bomb, watching Giant Bomb's content, watching them cover that, and that's where Weed 3 came from, was them getting high with Jamie Foxx and fucking Zac Efron getting high with Snoop Dogg before playing Battlefield 1. That is good shit. That's funny. They decided to forego all of that, any possible fun that they could have with that, and instead focused on influencers and YouTubers and streamers and shit like that. Which lame. I think the data has had to have panned out by this point. It shows that shit just don't work.
Yeah.
Like, are streamers really selling games? Or is it more that the games sell the streamers and, that's my question. Like,
right. I mean, it makes for a really, really boring airtime, too, because, these people are
they just play video games for a living. Yeah. They're not actors. They're not famous.
If they're not streaming, they're not good. Honestly, I don't know of any streamers that have gone on to do something else.
Yeah, like the dude they had that Stone Mountain 64 guy, and he's pretty funny. Like, he's the guy that does all the hyper serious, the video you shared with me, the dude who was doing the hyper serious Player Unknown stuff, and he also did that Battlefield 4 one where it's target lock. That guy, he does that, and he's in this video for talking about Battlefront, and he just doesn't have none of that charisma. He had more charisma than the other people they showed, but even he seemed so uncharismatic compared to what he comes across in the videos. So
he's out of his element.
Yeah, exactly. Like, trying to be a face man and trying to be a pitch man for a company, which again, on top of everything else, completely throws any integrity you have out the window, doesn't it? If you're taking money from a publisher to advertise their video game for them, I mean, I understand you're a streamer, you play video games, you're not a journalist, but it does kind of throw any critique out the window. Like, you're a shill at that point, I'm
just saying, if a publisher came up to us and were like, "Hey, sell our game,"
I'm not saying I wouldn't suck. I would be on all fours at that point. Like, I'm just saying I just disagree with it until it happens to me.
yeah. It's not cool unless you do it. It's
when it
different,
happens to
man.
me, I'll explain it in such a way that, they're paying me a lot of money. I'll be honest about it, at least. I'll be honest about the reason why I'm not being honest about their game.
So then people hey, look, I'm being straight with you. I got paid a lot of money to be here. This is more money than I've ever seen.
Right, yeah.
Fuck
For one thing. I've never done one thing and gotten this much money before. I want them to get paid. I do. I want the EA to be fucking throwing money at these people, even if it is a possible wasted effort on their part. I want these people to make money off of these dumb corporations that think they had the magic bullet. That. I want that, but I just also don't want these people to think that getting a game for free is the equivalent of getting paid.
Right.
I don't want these people to think just because EA's giving them Battlefront that they gotta suck their dick. No, they give fucking every other outlet free copies of the games, and that's just part of the job. You know? So don't go off sucking EA's dick because they gave you a free copy of Battlefront. You can still put some serious journalism, unless you sign like a fucking NDA that said you couldn't have some fucking balls, which is entirely possible. But, you know, I digress. That's EA for you. And then, like I said, they finished up with 30 minutes of Battlefront. A lot of stuff about Battlefront that I'm liking. It looks like vehicles are back as actual objects instead of like
God.
being go get this power up and now you're in a TIE fighter, an X-wing. And it seems like they're adding more heroes. They're also doing prequels again instead of just focusing on the original trilogy like they did with this past one. Right. So they're stretching their wings out, I guess. Technically speaking, now there's like three eras of Star Wars they can pull from with, you know, the new trilogy, the originals, and the prequels. So they have like three eras of Star Wars history they can pull from. It could be good.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad thing either. Like the prequels as movies, but the prequels,
the fights were really cool.
Yeah, they had really cool tech in there. They had some decent characters to pull from. I mean, you got Mace Windu. I mean, come on, he's fucking great.
Right, and I loved playing as the droids in the original Battlefront games.
Yeah,
you know, super battle droids, regular battle droids, droidicas. They're fun. Vehicles as objects are fun. You know, like stuff like that. They're adding a single player offline campaign that doesn't require you to, you know, be playing multiplayer all the time, so that's cool. But they had already talked about that. Right, yeah. Turns out not everybody wants, even if your game is connected to the internet all the time, doesn't mean I want to be playing with other people all the time. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to enjoy an experience by myself. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Sometimes I just want to jerk off alone. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, I don't want everyone to hear it slapping against my thigh. But yeah, that's seems to be the general gist of the game. So look forward to that later this year. It seems interesting. Seems like, you know, the right direction for Battlefront. Not that the last Battlefront was a bad direction. It was a perfectly fine game. Seems like they're expanding on those ideas, you know, in the right, logical, consistent manner for a video game publisher. So good job, EA. You did your job, you know.
For once.
Right. So now we go on to the Microsoft press conference. Microsoft press conference opens with a sizzle reel of the guts of an Xbox, presumably.
Right. And scorecard right now for that. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. I actually predicted a pre-E3 Scorpio price reveal. Didn't get that one.
There was kind of a little bit. There was a leak out there.
Somewhat of a leak. But it wasn't a reveal.
More like Jeff Keighley just talking out of the classroom a little bit, you know, like.
And then my next one was software and services launch announcements for Scorpio. I didn't really see much of that, so I'm fucking 0 for 3 right now. I also called Full Battletoads reveal. 0 for 4. I heard a couple of rumors on the internet from previously credible sources that were indicating a new Rare IP, and I was predicting that to be put out at the Microsoft
we still haven't
press
gotten
conference.
Sea of Thieves as an actual game yet, so I would doubt they're already going to reveal a new IP. With
right.
Not
I mean, there were really good rumors though. I mean,
they may have a new IP in the works, but I mean, if they're not going to reveal it, then it doesn't count, right?
And my wild card was HoloLens AR with Scorpio, and I am 0 for 5 right now.
They really fucking
wrecked me this E3.
The words VR never came out of Phil Spencer's
mouth. It's not VR,
mouth.
it's AR.
Well, I'm just saying in general. Like, I mean, and on top of that, they had a fucking, you know, just to skip ahead a bit, they revealed a theoretical sequel to a VR exclusive game, Lucky's Tale, that there's no VR in it.
I didn't even see that.
It's called Super Lucky's Tale. I don't know if it's just like a take out the VR version of Lucky's Tale or
I mean, but I played Lucky's Tale and like it's cool for demonstrating the capabilities of VR, but it's just not like it's okay.
All right, so let's get this out of the way. New Xbox is coming out. It is the same as the old Xbox.
It's the Xbox One X. What the fuck is this naming scheme, Microsoft? Jesus
really
Christ.
is bad. I can give them S because that's a very iPhone thing to do.
Right. Xbox One Super. This is the Xbox One Extreme.
X. Let's talk about all the reasons why this is bad. One, $499 price point. That is the same price point that fucked them over at the very beginning of this generation. And yet they're trying it again.
Granted, this time they have the hardware.
They have the power to back it up. They have the power to back it up. I'm not denying that. This thing is a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, and everybody and their mother was predicting around this price point. Like I called this price point exactly. Actually,
no, I would say the same thing. Like I think way back in the day, you can probably go back and listen to older podcasts or just our discussions in general. And I think I said they're going to release this at the original price point of the original Xbox One. And the S is going to go down to about half that price, and you can probably pick up an Xbox One for a fucking song, like an original one.
Yeah.
Like that thing's going to be $99, you know, like bottom of the barrel. But theoretically, all the games will play on it.
One thing that is cool about this console, though, or we want to get the negatives out of the way first.
Yeah, let's keep going. The name, shitty. The name is also, again, not just because of the X, because it's dumb. But they could have used this opportunity to get away from the Xbox One brand. They had no real reason to stick to it. I know they're trying to build this sort of ecosystem, and it is not a brand new console. It is the evolution of the Xbox One. But why? You know, it's.
I mean, I would have preferred Scorpio, like keeping it.
Yeah, just call it Xbox Scorpio. It was fine. Or just Scorpio, even.
That, and when you're writing or talking about it, you have to make the distinction, so you have to say the whole fucking name.
Well, what I'm going to do whenever I write it is I'm going to write Xbox, but the last X will be capitalized.
I guess you could abbreviate XB1X, at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit better, but still. I mean, ugh.
You would think with X-Bone being so popular of a name for it, they would have really gotten away from that. So it's just the X-Bonks.
Yeah, now it's the X-Bone X. It's like this close to being a fucking palindrome. Like, it's a few more name iterations from being a palindrome. X is going to be the Xbox One Eno Zob X.
Alright, so the price point and the name fucking suck. As far as I could tell, really, that's the only bad things, though.
Yeah, it's the smallest Xbox ever made. Well, I will go ahead and say, if you want to talk about other bad things, the fucking t-shirts that they put the shills and the audience in.
I saw that.
I witnessed the great unveiling of the most powerful console ever. I witnessed the unveiling of something that is like a mid-tier gaming PC. Like, you can't do that. Like, but
I mean,
anyway,
they can. I would unironically wear one of those shirts just for the like the irony of it. Ironically wear it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would wear it like I would want it, but I would want it in the multiple fonts of like a Facebook targeted ad shirt, a la the T-shits on the Laser Time community.
Right, and then like put it next to a Grim Reaper.
Right, yeah. It's the giant Grim Reaper. I witnessed the birth of the greatest console ever created.
Oh yeah, or like a jester or something. They gotta be flipping you off either way, and their fingers gotta be on fire.
Right. Just the motherfucking share zone up in here.
And then it's got to be compressed to shit and back.
I could go in order of the press conference itself, but instead I'm going to go in the order of, I assume, Kotaku ranked as most important to least important. So that's the direction I'm going to take it as well. After the Xbox One X reveal, the thing they're saying next biggest news piece of it coming out, backwards compatible with the original Xbox.
which is fucking cool. It's not every title, but
not every title.
Titles.
I mean, it'll be the same as this. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be the same select titles that were backwards compatible on the 360. That's got to be my guess.
Yeah. And if they don't make fucking Panzer Dragoon Orta backwards compatible, I will shit myself. Fuck. Right.
Shenmue 2 is backwards compatible with the 360, so I assume that's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
And what better way to ride that? Yeah, oh god. Azric or something like that. Just, God, there's a lot of really shitty Xbox original games. Togi.
Fusion Frenzy was highly underrated, by the way.
You and Bill Gates are the only two fans of Fusion Frenzy.
All my siblings are. Man, I had people to play with, though, because I had such a big family growing up.
Yeah.
And Fusion Frenzy was a blast.
Family and friends and stuff like that. Yeah, it's easy to get people to play a party game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be a great way for them to try to get some of that Shenmue love when the Shenmue 3 finally does come out. Put Shenmue 2 on sale on the store or whatever. I mean, if they wanted to, they could also just be assholes and never put it out and then be like, haha, you idiots that bought Shenmue 2, you'll never be able to, or Shenmue 3, you'll never be able to play this game until it comes to Xbox at some point, which I assume would happen. Sony, I don't know if Sony's actually paying for it or if they're just there, you know. Because it is coming to PC. So if it's coming to PC, I could see it coming to Xbox. I don't know how far Sony's hands are in that game. So yeah, original Xbox backwards compatibility. Now here's an interesting little thing they were talking about in Giant Bomb. Ars Technica had an article out there that they since retracted, where they were pulling data from the Xbox 360 from Xbox Live that you have access to. You know, you can look at what people play and everything. It's a very small sample size, obviously, because I'm assuming they had people submit their profiles to be reviewed. But they were looking for like how many people are playing these games, these backwards compatible 360 games, and they found it was only like 7% of people. And then when they put that story out, Microsoft responded to them and basically saying that's way off. And so they retracted the story since then. I'm assuming when they got data from Microsoft. I'm assuming they saw Microsoft's data and they were like, okay, yeah, I guess we are way off on our numbers. We don't want to put this false information out there.
Right.
So then Phil Spencer comes out there and says that over half of Xbox One owners have played a backwards compatible game. That's not the same thing that Ars Technica was testing out. They were testing how many people were currently using it at that time.
Right.
So if you're saying that over half of your install base has just put one disc in their system, that's a very small number, you know?
Yeah. All of mine are digital. Like, I play every fucking backwards compatible.
Not to mention they have, they do have all these games with gold games. I would imagine they're trying, but still, again, I'm assuming more than half their people are Xbox Live subscribers. So why aren't these people trying these games? You know? Oh, half's a lot. I'm not saying that, but they're saying have played a backwards compatible game, not, you know, they're not giving us any more stats after that. It could be just one game has been played on their Xbox since they started.
And that could be like a misleading statistic too, because you got to think how many people don't opt in or don't take advantage of games with gold. Like, it took me a couple of months I got into it, but then it took me a couple months to get in the rhythm of remembering until they made it easier. So a lot of people probably don't. You do have to proactively. Yeah, I mean, I
missed a couple of months of PlayStation Plus when I had that where I just totally forgot to check it that month, and then I would check a website and see what was out and be like, But then if I don't go to the store and hit download on those games and then cancel the download, they're not added to my download list, so then I can't go back and re-download those games even though they were free last month. You know, like this sort of roundabout way of getting these games in your list or whatever. So I could see people just totally forgetting to do that.
And speaking of the backwards compatibility with Xbox One X, it's also hardware compatible with the Xbox One, which means your controllers will work. I don't know for sure if Kinect will work, because
I would have to assume. I know they still have that.
It doesn't have the proprietary port for Kinect,
but it does have a USB port, and they do sell that.
And if they make an adapter, I'm sure they could make it work.
And it does still have the HDMI pass-through of the original Xbox One and the Xbox One S. So that's still a thing.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the best features of the Xbox One right now. I mean, it's great. I use it constantly.
A bunch of games are getting Xbox One X updates. So, same way that PlayStation had with PlayStation 4 Pro, a bunch of the games that were out before the release of the console are going to get 4K updates, increased texture resolution, stuff like that. So, good times. And a lot of those games are games that already have boost mode on the Pro. So, like Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy 15, Resident Evil 7, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Rocket League. So, stuff like that. Forza 7 was announced, and it looked really good.
We're still going on the console right now.
I'm just running down the list.
Okay.
We're done with the Xbox One S. Yeah.
We'll get back to it because there's some really good.
There's a lot more to talk about, but we'll get to it at the end when we're sort of like wrapping up Microsoft as a whole.
Right.
Because I feel like there's a point. I need to look back through our messages. There's a point that I wanted to make. But I think I'll make that at the end of this whole thing. Whatever, you can cut this whole thing out. Forza Motorsport 7 was announced. Looked really good. I'm always a big fan of the Forza series. I haven't played one since like 3, but they're beautiful games. They're always fun to play. So, cool. And that Forza Horizons Hot Wheels thing looked pretty dope. So,
Oh yeah, that's like. I'm really hyped for that fucking Hot Wheels thing. This looks really cool and fun. And if they make a build your own track thing, which they pretty much have to,
it's getting to a point where they need to do that with these racing games anyway, because there's only so many racetracks in the world, and they gotta have them all in these games by now, right? There's 7 of these fucking things. So yeah,
I mean, community content is always a great selling point too.
Right. They're saying it is a native 4K resolution and a rock solid 60 frames a second.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is extremely impressive for a console. That's impressive for a PC.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta wonder what tricks they're pulling under the hood.
Well, you got to remember, too, when devs optimize games for consoles, they're optimizing for a single set of hardware.
Right.
They know exactly what they're going to do.
Easy to do. And then there's not all these issues of, driver incompatibility or some process happening in the background that's pulling just enough of your RAM that your game is losing 5 frames a second or something like that.
Yeah, it's consistent across the board. So if you build a PC that has the same power somewhat as your console's going to run it better because the game was built around your console in mind, where it was built with a general idea of your PC hardware, and those optimizations come from your hardware creators. So that's probably where that comes from. But if that's the case, then bravo to these developers for their optimizations, because that is very good.
Right. And they're also talking about how this, the way that this Xbox One X, so, a little bit more to talk about this thing. One of these things that it does do is that it super samples. And so if you're playing on a 1080 display, like most people still have, it will still look better.
Right.
Because it's
and that's a thing right now on PC that you can do too, with certain graphics cards. It's a relatively new thing, at least for me. Mm-hmm. It does work. It does help things look better. It's almost like a type of anti-aliasing.
Yeah.
But not.
I mean, it's going to smooth out everything. It's going to increase the sharpness of everything.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe unless you go to YouTube and watch a video of how is this done, and then oh, okay, I get it now. But just trust me, it does help. It does look better.
Metro Exodus.
I missed
it's a
that
new
one,
game
actually.
in the Metro series, like Metro 2040, 2033, and Metro Last Light. So it'll be out at Xbox One and presumably also PlayStation and PC because it wasn't an exclusive of any kind, but they revealed it here. It looked like a Metro game. Yeah. Fun times with the Russians, basically.
I've had a Metro game in my Steam library since I've owned my computer, pretty much. Yeah. And I still haven't played it.
I think I have. I have Metro 2033. Yeah, like I played a little bit of it. I played Last Light because I got it for free, PlayStation Plus 1 month. So I still have that in my PlayStation Plus, in my PlayStation. So yeah, I've played them. It's not like. It's my type of game, but it's also not my type of game. Like, it has all these systems and things that interact with each other, but it's also a very straightforward linear story, which is the part that disappoints me. Yeah. I want these systems to interact with each other in an open world where the story is what I'm telling by playing it, not you yelling your story at me via cutscenes with bad Russian accents. So then we got Assassin's Creed Origins, which pretty much is the thing that followed up all the Xbox One X talk in the chronological order of the press conference. It looked good, it looked like an Assassin's Creed game. It also looked like every other Ubisoft open world game. Right. Like, it's just becoming that, like, Assassin's Creed is the third-person Far Cry, and Far Cry is the survivalistic Tom Clancy game, and then the Tom Clancy games are the simulation Assassin's Creed games. It's just this recursive thing, one on top of the other. They crib so much from themselves when making these games.
I was watching the trailer, and I've never been a big Assassin's Creed fan. Sorry, there goes our people that listen to us that like Assassin's Creed.
All those Assassin's Creed fans.
But I've never really been big on it. I played a few of them, and it was just like, I don't see it.
But it's got some things, too, that look really fun. Like, I love myself some loot. If you're promising me loot, and that motherfucker loots a body and picks up a bow that has a different color on it, like, that's a loot game. It's going to be a loot game.
They did seem to go kind of RPG with it, with
a lot more stats and stuff like that. Yeah, and you have this bird that sort of flies around and tags people for you.
Yeah, and a lot of the combat also kind of looked reminiscent of Dark Souls, which could go either really well or more likely really fucking terribly.
Yeah,
because Dark Souls combat outside the context of Dark Souls is fucking awful.
Like, the problem with the biggest problem with trying to adapt that Dark Souls combat into a game that isn't Dark Souls is that the Dark Souls combat is it's like
bad.
It's bad. Like, it's if you were designing it to be stylish, you failed. Basically, like, it has no style. It is very straightforward. It's very analog in a way. You press a button, a thing happens. There are animation priorities, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed did not have that. Assassin's Creed would cancel out animations all the time so you can look cool as fuck, stopping a dude from nearly stabbing you in the back, and then you flip him over and you stab him in the throat and all that kind of shit. Like, that's what it was, that bounding Batman style, bouncing back and forth to your, kill different people.
Right. And, of course, we love fucking Dark Souls. But when you first try Dark Souls, everybody says the same fucking thing. This control scheme is awful. Until you get used to it and you're like, oh, that's why the control scheme is awful. It adds a level of skill and difficulty to it. I get it.
Yeah.
But in a game that's as stylish looking as Assassin's Creed, an EA or a Ubisoft title, it's not going to work.
Yeah. But I mean, it also seems to focus a lot more on the stealth, which really the stealth didn't come into play until like Assassin's Creed 3. Stealth was never really a big part of the franchise, even though it's an assassin game. It was really about jumping in, stabbing people to death, and then jumping out. Like, there was not even a sneak button. They didn't add that till like Revelations, I think. So, but they seem to be focusing even more on that, which again, fucking cribs from Far Cry, which is way more about stealth. This game, though, that they showed in their sizzle reel looks dope as hell. It's actually out in early access right now on Steam, but it's called Deep Rock Galactic.
All right. You want to go to break and then come back and talk about that one?
Yes, sure.
All right. We will see you in just a minute.
We don't like video games, and neither should you.
Developers, 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 developers.
And we're back from the break. Before we left from break, we were starting to talk about Deep Rock Galactic, right?
Yes, Deep Rock Galactic. It is a 4-player. It can also be. It says here. I'm just going to read the tags on the Steam page. It is an early access game. It's due out in 2018, so it's early access. Still not even for sale, so you can't even access the early access. Weirdly enough. But I'm assuming when it comes out on the Xbox One, it'll also be part of their sort of early preview program that they've been having on the Xbox One. So there is a single-player mode. It is single-player, multiplayer, online multiplayer, co-op, online co-op, and full controller support. So these are sort of things that are on the page. They call the genre action, indie, and early access. That's a genre.
It really is a genre in and of itself lately, though.
Right. So it kind of looks like this sort of blocky, voxel style where you're like 4 space dwarves landing on a random planet. I don't know if you can fly to different planets. I'm just going... Okay, the description. Join a team of badass space dwarves in this stylish 1-to-4 player co-op FPS. Fight, dig, explore your way through enormous procedurally generated cave systems, uncover riches, and make it out alive. So in the trailer, they are digging. They're not just like, hitting a button and a cutscene of them digging's playing. They're shooting through walls. They are, digging up treasure and shit like that. And then they blow up one hole and a bunch of spiders crawl out, a la Starship Troopers. So it looks pretty dope, though. It looks like Left 4 Dead meets Minecraft meets Dwarf Fortress in a way. It looks interesting. It looks fun.
I mean, when I first saw it, I thought No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it does have like it's like if No Man's Sky had a sense of humor.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then we also got PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds being a console, quote-unquote, console launch exclusive, meaning coming to Xbox One first as a console, but then coming to PS4 later.
And I honestly thought that was one of the most lit parts of the entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
They called them out there, and we've been talking about this game a little bit anyway, playing it.
Yeah.
We've had a blast with it. And it's if you haven't checked it out, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, it's a great game, super fucking fun.
That is like the first trailer I've ever even watched of the game. And they put together a perfect trailer because not only was it full of action and the kind of stuff you expect from the game, it also had stuff I would never have thought to do, like the dude shooting the bottom of the door and throwing the Molotov in through the hole. Never thought to do that. I've had the opportunity to do it several times, but it just never occurred to me that I could throw a thing through the hole that I made, So, like, and then the very end where the guy in the ghillie suit comes up behind the sniper guy and hits him in the back of the head with a frying pan.
That was great.
Good shit. Like, So, yeah, they did a great job of showcasing what you can expect playing PUBG, and the other thing you can expect from playing PUBG that they didn't show in the trailer is getting shot by people you can't see and dying and getting really fucking tilted about it. And yeah.
And the fact that they actually got PlayerUnknown there was pretty awesome. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he seems like a swell guy. Then they also it's been announced before, but now they finally get a kind of a what do you call it, a release window for State of Decay 2. I heard a lot of good things about the first State of Decay, and this game, I guess, looks pretty good when it comes to the zombie action base building genre. I mean, it seems interesting. No problem there.
I tried a little bit of it. It was fun. It was interesting. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to play to get, you know?
Yeah. There was a Minecraft going fully multi-platform, so cross-play across tablets, VR, Windows PCs, and consoles. So you could theoretically have one person on a tablet, another person on an Xbox, another person on a PS4, another person on a PC, and you're all playing on the same server together. So that's cool for the kids out there. All you Minecraft
shut up.
fans.
You played more Minecraft than any fucking kid I know.
It's true. Minecraft's a fun game.
I haven't
still
played
yet
to play it.
I haven't played it in a very long time. Bunch of trailers for a bunch of different indie games, sort of a sizzle reel. Stuff that's on PC right now, like Conan Exiles, but a lot of other just, kind of early access-y indie games,
Yeah. So all in all, it was a pretty good conference.
There's still so much more to talk about, though. Like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Or Fighters.
That's right. I was looking for my notes on the last thing. I'm like, what is the next fucking thing in here?
And there's still a lot more
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm not even close to being done. I'm going through this list, and I'm only halfway down the page, man. They did a lot. They talked about a lot.
I was skipping back, and like I said, I was really fucking late at the party. I was skipping, so I probably missed a lot of shit.
So yeah, this game looks fucking insane. It is made by Arc System Works, the makers of Guilty Gear, Xrd, and the Naruto games as well. So
they also make BlazBlue, I believe.
BlazBlue, yeah. So it's using the same engine as Guilty Gear Xrd, and it's their engine that they use to make Guilty Gear Xrd looks like a 2D fighter, but these are 3D models. Their fucking cell shading tech is that goddamn good. So now they took this and they put it on a fucking DBZ game, and my fucking god, I
looks intense.
It's a 3-on-3 fucking 2D fighting game with Dragon Ball Z characters. That is fucking awesome. I can't wait to see like the whole cast of characters. How the transformations.
Considering
and
how
stuff
good they always are, I don't remember a bad fighting game from them ever. I didn't play the Naruto one, but I have never played the bad one.
Some people stand by the Naruto games that never even watched Naruto. Like, they're just as being good, solid games. There's this other game that they had. It was, God, again, the influencers, the shoutcasters. Again, if I could murder the word shoutcast, I would. Just the idea that because this guy is a commentator on esports, he gets to be a shoutcaster. No, motherfucker, you're a commentator. You're no better than a fucking John Madden or fucking Tony Schiavone. You're a goddamn commentator. Stop calling yourself a shoutcaster. So fucking dumb. The Darwin Project. It appears to be sort of like a multiplayer battle type game, like a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but with a unique cast of characters, a la an Overwatch, but also with some functionality with Microsoft's new Mixer platform mixed in with the whole thing. So, yeah, it could be interesting. It seems like a way for them to get people to use Mixer. Black Desert Online is coming to the Xbox One. That's that Korean MMO with the insane character creator that they used to make Borth Sampson on Monster Factory. There's that,
shit! I remember that game now.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I know what
super
you're talking
highly realistic, like, or very good looking people. There's another game for another trailer for this little indie game called The Last Night, which is sort of like pixel art but 3D, or like pixel art in a 3D environment with like really good lighting engine behind it. I don't know. Seemed interesting. It looks awesome. Like visually, I don't know what the gameplay is. Another game called The Artful Escape. Again, visually very good looking. what the game is, I couldn't tell you. It's an indie game. Code Vein is the game that comes from the people that made Godhead, but it's coming from Bandai Namco, aka the people that published Dark Souls. And this is a anime vampire game. It's basically the best way to describe it.
I mean, let's be honest here. It's going to be anime combat. Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's way more anime than Dark Souls ever was.
It's even got like a fucking Dark Souls title screen like going on with it.
And like the tagline when they were teasing it was "Prepare to dine."
I love
it. So it could be really good. Tacoma, which has been obviously announced for a while, is finally got a release date of August 2nd. Looks interesting. Cuphead has a release date. Finally, September 29th. September 29th, you will finally be able to play Cuphead.
I'm so fucking hyped. Can we talk about Cuphead for a minute? I emailed these guys.
It still looks amazing. It still looks amazing.
Yeah, I emailed these guys several times trying to get somebody to fucking respond. Like, come on, we want somebody on the show. Well, I'll take anybody. I'll take a fucking, like, ad guy. I don't fucking care. I just want somebody from Cuphead to talk to. Not even for the podcast. I just want to talk to you, man. Because I am a huge fan of the animation process and the way this game looks with Cuphead. I love old school platformers. It's right up my alley with the animation. I have immense respect for everything that they've done with this game. And while I've been extremely disappointed by the pushbacks on releases for it, I'm not complaining because I would rather have a late game that's really fucking good than a fucking hurried-ass game that's just, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Cuphead developers, if you haven't upon this, send me something, some love. Just send me an email telling me fuck you, and I'll be happy. I know, like, they don't have time to fucking dabble with a shitty podcast, but I really, really been trying hard. I've emailed like 10 people, not even exaggerating. I've emailed like 10 different people from the Cuphead team, like, hey, dude, can you, like, help me out, bro? All
right, so I'm going to run through the list of the games that the ID at Xbox sizzle reel had. Osiris New Dawn, which looked like a first-person shooter. Multiplayer, most likely. Paladins Champions of the Realm, which is the ripoff Overwatch, made by the people that I want to say it's made by the people that made Dirty Bomb, but I'm not completely sure.
I mean, Dirty Bomb was okay.
Dirty Bomb was fine, but I just find it hilarious that it's made by people that made Smite. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. So, High Res Studios.
I'm hyped for that.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, obviously. Raiders of a Broken Planet, again, looked like some kind of either multiplayer survival game or MOBA. I don't fucking know. Unruly Heroes, MOBA. Fortnite, that's not a game. Doesn't exist. Battle Right, I don't know. It looked like a MOBA. Surviving Mars, it was like an RTS Mars surviving game. Fable Fortunes looks like Hearthstone, but with Fable. Observer looked like some kind of horror game or, Soma, that game, or like an Amnesia type game, that kind of thing. Right. Looked like that. Robocraft Infinity, it's you build robots, shoot things. Kids love it.
That actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, that looks really cool.
Dunk Lords, it looked like a nice like throwback arcade style NBA game.
Yeah.
Minion
Masters
ended
up being like a big meme right there. Is what that's going to be. If they don't have Slam If You Jam in the soundtrack, I'm just fucking not even touching it.
Right. Minion Masters, no clue. Brawlout looked like somebody was like, I really like Super Smash Brothers, but we can't get Nintendo's characters. What do we do? Well, let's make our own characters and call it Brawlout. Okay, sure. Ooblets is like, it looks like the most adorable Pokemon game ever made. There's these little mushroom guys and a bird, and there's also like a teacup bird. I don't know. It's fucking funny looking. It's cute. It's very cute. It has like almost a Katamari Damacy kind of visual style to it.
Yeah, but cute games always end up being the best ones. Like, honestly.
And there's always some like dark undertones there too that are always great. Don't know what Dark and Light is. Don't know what Strange Brigade is. I'm just going to assume they're all MOBAs. Riverbond, probably a third-person survival multiplayer game. Hello Neighbor, that is basically like somebody with some competency made Five Nights at Freddy's. It's pretty cool looking. Shift, I don't fucking know, racing game. Conan Exiles, that's the game with the dicks. That's the game that has the dick slider. You can get a big dick, you can get a small dick. Guess what? You're on a video game where you play with other people, everyone's got the big dick. Don't know if the dicks are going to make it on the Xbox One version, though, sadly. But we'll see. Ashen was a game, says here. Looks like a somber ragdoll Dark Souls. So like it's a very simplistic style on the characters, and the combat is very reminiscent of Dark Souls. But also I can't tell how much of it is like that Dark Souls gameplay, or if it's like a more cinematic or storytelling focus with a little bit of Dark Souls combat. I can't tell. Sequel to Life is Strange is teased, or prequel technically speaking. Super Lucky's Tale leaves VR behind. It's coming out November 7th. So there's Super Lucky's Tale. Sea of Thieves. I want to talk about this. I'm just rushing through it now. Sea of Thieves. This is one I do want to talk about. This is the new Rare game. They have been talking about it for I feel like 2 years now. I think it was teased the, E3 2015. It was trailer, a long bit of gameplay 2016, and now we're here in 2017 with a gameplay walkthrough, some of what you're actually going to do in this game. And at first, I'm still getting some definite like No Man's Sky vibes from it.
Right.
I feel like there was definitely a graphical downgrade from when it was being played in 2014 or 2015, even 2016 to now. I just looks like it might have had something there, which I don't know if you can chalk that up to those were being pre-rendered gameplay trailers and these being like, here's what the actual game is going to look like kind of thing. But hey, don't get my hopes up. It does look dope though, like ship-on-ship combat, pirate combat, finding treasure maps and going to deserted islands and digging up treasure and fighting animated skeletons. Digging up trailers. Old trailers of this game and then comparing them to the new trailers for the game and being disappointed by the graphical downgrade. The things pirates do. Fighting animated skeletons, fighting anime skeletons, fighting everything, fighting other pirates. There was a really cool moment where the guy, they were in a storm, they got shot by another pirate ship, and then the dude hopped in a cannon and shot himself over to the other pirate ship, killed all the pirates on it, and then jumped off the bow of the pirate ship he was on trying to reach his original pirate ship, but then landed in the ocean and was ate by a shark, and that's how it ended. It looked really brutal. Cool though. Crackdown 3. Apparently Terry Crews is going to be in it or something. He's in the trailer for it, just yelling like an Old Spice commercial. So it looks like maybe the game got a little bit of a sense of humor at some point. A lot of Shadow of War stuff. Still looks cool. I'm still hesitant on whether or not I actually want to play it. Still don't know like how much of this is going to be me running around by myself with a fucking sword and some fucking elf shot and fucking up orcs, and how much of it is going to be me having to fight these big ass battles. The big ass battles might be cool, but I only want to do them every once in a while. I don't want that to be the entire game. I do want to sometimes just run around and fight random bands of orcs.
As good as Shadow of Mordor was, I'm confident that it'll be fun. I mean, I had so much fun with that one, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to pick it up either way and have my own opinions.
Yeah.
But I'm very optimistic about this one.
All right, here's one for you, Kinder. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yes, I saw it. I am so fucking hyped. I was a huge fan of Ori and the Blind Forest. Anybody that's listened to our podcast probably knows that if you've listened a few episodes back. It was probably my favorite platformer of the past, other than Shovel Knight, it's my favorite platformer of the past decade at least. It's right up there with Shovel Knight. It's kind of apples and oranges. But such a good game, such good original mechanics, extremely good animation, and I'm so happy to see it getting some love with a successor. I really hope they do as good a job with this one to put as much love into it as they did the original.
Yeah, it looked amazing. The trailer just the kids
beautiful.
were watching it with me, and I had left the room, and they paused it, and Penny was like, "You gotta see this game. It's so sad looking."
The original Ori, like the beginning was so sad. Oh my god!
Yeah.
But it just got so good. I'm tearing up a little bit. I love this game.
Right. So I will go through the list of games announced or mentioned at the Microsoft press conference. This is from the Kotaku article. I will go through this list, and if you have a scrap sheet of paper and a pencil, I want you to mark down every time I say Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive, so that way we know how many actual exclusives they announced. Otherwise, these games are coming to other platforms at some point, or they're also coming to PC at the same time. So we're looking for Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusives. Now, granted, I understand Windows 10 means it's also coming to PC, but I'm talking Steam. I'm talking the Steam marketplace. I'm not talking PC as a platform. Because really, they don't want you using the PC as a platform. They want you using Windows 10 as a platform. They want you using that Windows store. So here we go. Anthem, non-exclusive. The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti, which was the game with the interesting art style. Don't know the fuck it is. Console launch exclusive. Ashen, console launch exclusive. Assassin's Creed Origins, non-exclusive. Black Desert, console launch exclusive. Code Vein, non-exclusive. Crackdown 3, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. Cuphead, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. Darwin Experiment, console launch exclusive. Deep Rock Galactic, console launch exclusive. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, non-exclusive. Forza Motorsport 7, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. The Last Night, console launch exclusive. Life is Strange, non-exclusive. Metro Exodus, non-exclusive. Shadow of War, non-exclusive. Minecraft, non-exclusive. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. PUBG, console launch exclusive. Sea of Thieves, Xbox One and Windows 10. State of Decay, same thing. Super Lucky's Tale, same thing. Tacoma, console exclusive. So you can count that in the check mark box for Xbox One exclusive as well. So how many Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusives does the Xbox have?
Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like we have 8 exclusives plus a whole shit ton. I've actually got some really impressive launch exclusives.
Yeah,
and,
really impressive. I'm not cutting their balls on those console launch exclusives because hell, there's a lot of console launch exclusives that probably still haven't even paid off for the other systems yet. You know, like look how long it took fucking Tomb Raider to come out for the PS4, the most recent Tomb Raider game. So, it sat on the Xbox for a while before even coming to PC, and then finally took over a year before it came to the PS4. So those things could be just as viable for them as well, especially if the PC version doesn't come out till later. So these people want to get their hands on these things. There they are. So, and these games could also be coming to, like, Sea of Thieves was announced for 2018. Beginning of 2018 was what they said. So Q1 2018. That's a long way away, I don't know where a lot of these other games fall, but about 8 games exclusive, that's pretty good. So that's the bar.
Right. And also, there's some pretty good games there. Like Cuphead and Ori already sold me on that.
Right, yeah.
I'll be getting them both on PC because that's just where I play.
Right, yeah.
But,
same with Sea of Thieves. It's great. It looks great. But guess what I'm going to play on? I will buy the Windows 10 store version. State of Decay 2. Hell, I'm glad that I can play it on PC instead of having to buy an Xbox, because if I wanted to play it, it's there. I don't have to buy a $300 system for one game, And there's a lot of games, I would. There's just like, but if these games were exclusive, which again, this might cut into their brand, but they don't really care about winning this fight anymore. They're trying to build the Xbox brand as being this cross synergy kind of thing where it's not just this console in your living room. It is your phone. It is your computer. It is everything.
Right. And I'm sure they expect a lot of the people that play on PC, they play exclusively on PC. And if they can afford a PC and a console, a lot of time they just buy them all, rather than just one or the other. Whereas me, I just have an Xbox for the fucking media capability, and you have a PlayStation because you had it before you ever got a PC.
Right, yeah.
I think, right?
I don't have a PlayStation 4. Like,
or we wait like fucking get it late as shit so we can get a price cut.
Exactly, yeah. Like I
gotta buy PC components. I don't need a fucking console.
I got a fucking Wii U. That's what I got. And
that's because of all the exclusives.
Guess what? I can only play Nintendo games there. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and throw some. So if you're planning on getting this episode out tomorrow at some point, I will go and throw out some predictions for the upcoming ones, and then we'll kind of go into a little final wrap up and maybe some game theory about
and I'll give
E3 in general.
I'll give my predictions too. They are on World's Almost Finest podcast. They're one of our partners at FNX. So if you want to hear my full list of predictions and laugh at me later, go check out their latest episode, World's Almost Finest podcast. And you can go ahead with your predictions, Frank, then I'll go down my list.
Okay, well, for Ubisoft, I'm expecting a new Just Dance game. Hey, shocker. Shocker.
For Ubisoft, I'm going to say something Far Cry.
Yeah, I do want to see some more things about this new Far Cry game. It looks interesting. Let's see. Anything else for Ubisoft that I can think of off the top of my head? Like, I think they need to come out there and hit us with like something like they did last year with Steam. They need to hit us with this game. It's just like, we're just making this weird ass fucking game. That's a very vague prediction, but what I'm saying is I expect a new IP from Ubisoft to be announced.
Yeah.
That does not mean but I do also expect Ubisoft to announce the fucking Super Mario Cross Rabbids game that has been leaking out. Is like the fucking leakiest goddamn ship in the fucking sea right now. So I do expect that. So yeah, but I do expect them to just throw out a new IP. One thing I am going to be disappointed about this year is that there is no Aisha Tyler doing the hosting for Ubisoft, which sucks because she's great. She's one of the best hosts that they've ever had. She actually likes video games and is funny. So, yeah, she can be awkward and cringy sometimes, but who isn't? Especially when you're talking to a bunch of fucking professional journalists who would rather not laugh if they can't help it. Like, they're here for professional video game stuff. I'm here to look at your video game. Stop making jokes. Get to the video game. But yeah, so they're just going to have the developers handling everything. But that's why I really do think they got to pull out all the stops and throw out something like that. So I do expect to see more from Origin, Assassin's Creed Origin, because, they announced it on the Xbox press conference. They need to say something here. Expect to see maybe an actual gameplay trailer for Far Cry 5. Yeah. And, just to give a little bit more context to what that is and stuff with the Rabbids game. As for Bethesda later tonight, that's the tough one. What do you got for Bethesda? 17 minutes the Giant Bomb stream starts. So
my Bethesda prediction is Elder Scrolls 6 never gonna happen.
Oh, that's a great prediction. Actually, that's like one to fucking put money on. Yeah, I definitely don't expect to hear anything about an Elder Scrolls game. I don't expect to hear anything about a Fallout sequel done outside of the Bethesda Gameworks Studios a la New Vegas. I just don't see that happening. New Vegas might have done really well for them, but I think they don't want to take that hit of, not that they have any room to talk. Their shit's janky as fuck. But New Vegas was super fucking janky. So by having that extra janky game on top of their already existent jank, it just put a poor shadow across them. So I think even if the sales were great on it, they don't want that stigma, or they don't want to exaggerate that stigma any more than they have to. There's been rumors about this game called Starfield. It's coming from like places like VG247 and shit like that. None of the major places are reporting on it. They don't have any problems reporting on leaks. They report on leaks all the time. But these leaks that came out about the Starfield game, they're saying nothing. Now, unless these places went to E3 Judges Week and they saw this game in action and this game is coming out this year and everyone that was there signed NDA saying they wouldn't talk about this game, I just don't think it exists. Like, I don't think it's a real thing.
I mean, I haven't really heard much in the way of rumors on Bethesda anything, really.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a lot of, like, I think it's just going to be very by the numbers. I think you're going to talk about the games we already know that are coming out, the games they have out right now that are getting DLC updates. Maybe they'll give us a Doom expansion. That would be cool as fuck, Bethesda. Give me some more Doom action.
Yes, Doom
If you give me just give me 4 more hours of the Doom campaign, please.
Right.
I will pay money for it right now.
I would really love like a full-on fucking campaign Doom DLC.
Give me another 15-hour campaign to play through. That would be so awesome. But that's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Hell. But hell, maybe they will have out of left field, like, and one more thing, and it's no.
Maybe. I'm not holding my breath.
And it's fucking Morrowind remastered with the Skyrim engine or something. Like, they just bought all the work that those Skywind people were doing and just packaged it up into one thing.
Hey, I would take it.
Hey,
like,
honestly. I would take it too. As long as they kept the, like, level of detail that Morrowind had and didn't strip that away in favor of more simplistic Skyrim style, then yeah, I would take it.
And remove all the voice acting, just text menus only.
As many text menus as you can fit on a single Blu-ray disc.
Let me ask everybody about every single subject, and
that they have no idea about. Yeah, I'm building up this huge dictionary of subjects to ask about. Oh well, what do you know about
the disappearance of the dwarves?
Yeah. What do you know about New Shoes Gregor? What? Who the
I know if you have wares, he has coin.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like I said, I expect it very straightforward. Now here's the thing, again, the whole reason they had a press conference, they started having a press conference was because of Fallout 4. They lost the Spike Video Game Awards as an excuse to debut their title in December. So, and having it on stage at somebody else's press conference is going to lose you, like, the grip of the journalistic, the conversation. You're going to lose the conversation because even if you're the best looking thing coming out of there, there's still 10 or 15 other things that people are going to be talking about, and you're just going to be lost in that flow. So you have your own press conference, so you can make a big fuss about it, and then there's going to be a whole news cycle that's going to go by before anybody's talking about the next press conference. And you get to dominate that news cycle for 15, 16 hours. So that's the whole reason why they had that press conference. So it made sense when you had a Fallout 4. But last year they didn't have fucking anything. And I don't think they're going to have anything this year.
I don't expect anything big from them right now. Maybe next year or the year after, but not this year.
I think if Sony wants to be ballsy, I think that they get them to announce it at the PlayStation Experience in December. Or Jeff Keighley fondles Todd Howard's balls and gets it at his Video Game Awards show around the same time.
All right.
Just like he got fucking Death Stranding. Now, if we want to move to Sony, Sony's a fucking wild card at this point. Because guess what? They got 24 hours on Microsoft when it comes to what their show is going to be. So they could have fucking changed everything after Microsoft just went. You know, they could have been like, well, fuck, okay, we got to do this, and this. You know, like, they have a lot of time. They don't have to change, like, everything, but they could just throw a curveball in there that could completely change the conversation and dominate it coming out of E3. So,
my first prediction for Sony was that we were going to get a Kingdom Hearts 3 info dump because, you know, they have the greatest market share for the game. But fucking Microsoft kind of beat them to it because there was a bunch of Kingdom Hearts stuff. Well, maybe not in the info dump, but they had a trailer at least.
Yeah.
So they had the first trailer. They got first strike on that.
Right.
So we may get an info dump at Sony, but they kind of stole their thunder, what Microsoft did, with having that trailer initially. It kind of wet the whistle.
Yeah.
My other predictions are we're going to get a Spider-Man 4 release date. Almost certainly some God of War footage. Almost certainly some Last of Us Part 2 footage. And my wild card is a PS Vita successor.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one. That's why it's a wild card.
If they can do it right, they could do it. Like,
yeah.
that would be the time to do it. Try to ride that Switch wave.
Right. You got the 3DS and Switch's success, and they have
things they would have to do,
IPs.
Though, they need to give it a universal operating system like an Android type operating system. Right. They would need to give it access to the Android App Store on top of that, which sounds like a fucking security nightmare. But, you know, or at least a curated group of those apps, like kind of like the Kindle store, you know, like, hey, developers, submit your already existing app to this thing and we'll go through the approval process for our store. But, you know, if that's what it takes. But they just need, because the PS4 is lacking in apps. I mean, the fucking Xbox One kills it when it comes to media, when it comes to apps and shit like that. So, and if they lose that front on the handheld market, then what's the fucking point? I'm not saying Nintendo's going to beat them on it, because there's not even apps on the Switch yet.
There's a few. I mean, on the Switch, I don't know anything about the Switch really yet, but the 3DS is like kind of dry. It's got a couple
like
things
you get
here
YouTube
and
a Netflix app. Like, that's about it. You know?
Yeah, and they're pretty bad.
Do you really want to watch them? Do you really want to watch
Yeah.
HD Netflix on your fucking 3DS? No, nobody wants to fucking do that. So for me, it's kind of that is definitely a wild card, but at the same time, like I don't know. I think it's equally as possible that they have an actual funeral for the Vita on stage. It's equally as possible that they fucking cut to the fucking the ocean outside of on a Japanese beach with fucking Kaz Hirai alighting a pyre and pushing the Vita out into the sea.
If they do by some miracle of God go that route, though, I want the old Vita commercials, the old creepy ass ones.
Oh yeah, they just need to bring back those creepy ass commercials anyway. Just like the PS3 commercials and shit like that. God.
Oh man, they were so bad. They were good.
Yeah, I mean, last year I've said a lot of things about Sony lately when it comes to like their inability to understand why they dominated the beginning of this console generation, like just by being that more consumer-friendly voice, in comparison to the other guy who seemed big and monolithic and very corporation-first kind of mentality. And then PS4 comes out here and is talking about all these things that we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that, blah, 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 and really stabbing Microsoft in the back on some of that stuff, too, because they agreed to do that shit. Backdoor deals with the GameStops and shit like that, and like the other retailers. And then they were just like, well, fuck, we got to get one over on them somehow. Fucking, stick that fucking knife in. And then they lost the fucking thread almost immediately with, like, going back to the same bullshit, we're better than you mentality that lost them all the fucking customers with the PS3. Like this fucking you'll get a second job to buy one kind of mentality that they had that, like, fuck you, you're not my customer I'm your fucking master, bitch, you know, like pay me money to play my video games. And they're falling right back into that trap, and I fear they're going to fall even further into it this year unless they can right it and kind of come back out with that consumer first message. But is it going to be even have the same impact when you have Microsoft out there fucking killing it on that front right now with that consumer first message, with the fucking play anywhere and fucking meaning it too, you know? They could have just fucking tossed that shit out the goddamn window, you know, 5 months in and just been like, well, that's another fucking failed experiment or whatever. No, instead, they're still going to release all their first-party exclusive games on both Windows 10 and Xbox. That is fucking most forward-thinking thing a console manufacturer's ever done.
And it's fucking great when you're a PC gamer like we are.
Right. You get the best of both worlds, you know?
Because I can't tell you, like, well, I mean, I can't tell you it was like 5. But I've bought several games that I was really hyped for, like Metal Gear Solid and Dark Souls and a couple of fucking more on both console and PC. Because I like to collect I like to have a collector's physical edition.
See, I'm holding it in my hand.
Yeah,
there's
and
something
all the cool
to
shit
that.
you get.
Yeah,
like the Dark Souls thing came with this fucking little statue, and it's fucking awesome. Like this would be a $200 statue if I bought it on some anime site somewhere. Instead, I got it for however much I paid for the collector's edition. Plus, I got a sweet ass art book. And then, like with Metal Gear Solid, I get this cool fucking animatronic looking hand. Big Boss's hand thing. Like you can't get that with a PC release, but I want to play it on the goddamn PC, so I bought both copies, bought it twice, and now if I go the Xbox One X, God, that's so fucking terrible to say.
Xbox One X.
It's so fucking awful. God, I hate that name
Really
so much.
is.
But if I go the Xbox XB One X route.
Right.
Then I don't have to do that. I can just buy my collector's edition and then have it on my fucking PC and have a good day. And then if I ever want to sit on my couch and chill and play a game casually, then I can fucking do that. Or if I want to sit down and have a gaming session at my PC like a real man, then I can fucking do that. And
if I want to ignore my family and forget that they exist, then I will.
Because I only get a chance to play games at night, and you know, if I go in here on my PC and shit, my wife yells at me. You know, because like, help me with the kids, blah, 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 blah. Whereas I can sit on the couch and entertain my son. He'll watch me play games for a while.
Right.
Or I can let him try to play or whatever, and I can't really do that on the PC.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of
it is the best of both
Play Anywhere
worlds.
thing.
It's the best of both worlds, like I said. And Sony does not have that option. Unless they... so right now there's a poll on GiantBomb.com. It says, any chance of a new Elder Scrolls game being revealed? 54% say nope. Actually, you know what? All 55. All the answers are nope, 0, none, nil, and not at all. So there wasn't even a positive answer you could give.
That's pretty
the
good.
winner is actually nil with 63 votes. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And Lockdown is playing, so it's time for us to sign out.
We got one more. Give quick picks for Nintendo.
Shit.
They only got a 30-minute press conference.
That's a tough one because, I feel like it would be a waste for their Direct to just be fucking... they're going to have the Treehouse stream. They can show they'll give 5 minutes to Mario. Give me fucking, I want to see some Metroid action. I want to see some F-Zero action. Take advantage of the fact that this console has momentum and try to revive some of these dead franchises.
Right.
You know?
And
Mother 3. Give me Mother 3.
I'm going to give you my quick picks right fast. Definitely going to see Super Mario Odyssey footage. That's probably going to get its own 5-10 minutes. Well, maybe not 10 minutes. It's short.
I mean, that basically is the press conference from what I understand.
We're definitely going to get that.
It's sort of like last year where they had Zelda was the main focus, and they had some Pokemon stuff around the periphery. This is going to be Mario, and then there's going to be some other stuff around the periphery. What that other stuff is, giant question mark.
Right. And other than that, definitely going to see some ARMS footage. Well, maybe not definitely, because they
will be out this Friday. So there might be like a 5-minute mention of like, hey, ARMS is out this Friday. We're having a tournament here at E3.
Well, maybe not
that
5 minutes, like 10 seconds probably.
Yeah,
That's like a
30
quick.
seconds. Like, we only have 30 minutes to work with here. Let's not say 5 minutes so much because it'll be over with.
Yeah. My other predictions: Super Mario Maker 2 for Switch.
Oh God, please give it to me.
For that would be great.
And when I say Super Mario Maker 2, Nintendo, I want you to emphasize that too, because I want the fucking Mario 2 tile set, motherfucker. Give me the Mario 2 tile set. Let me pick up the fucking turnips. Let me throw the snakes. Let me do everything. I want to be able to pick up a turnip in the Mario 2 tile set, but throw it at a Mecha Koopa from Super Mario World in the Super Mario Brothers 2 style, and just see what kind of chain reaction that creates. I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
My 2 wild cards. One is going to be a new Smash, which is very possible.
It could be Smash Deluxe time. That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just give us every DLC character plus maybe 2 new ones. Which hell, you could pull those from
Give us Ridley.
Give us back fucking Solid Snake.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, he was such a good character. He's kind of OP.
Yeah,
and
one of the biggest problems I have completely out of left field. But one of the biggest problems I have with a lot of the new characters I create for Smash is that their up recoveries are just recoveries. Like everybody else that could be used. A lot of people they can be used as attacks, but like, I don't think there was any kind of attack you could do with the up recovery for Snake. It just gave him a triple jump, you know?
Yeah.
It was that drone, the camera drone.
Which he was so powerful in every
2.
other fucking way, too. And he was considered like a super heavy, but he wasn't. Like,
right, yeah. So he had kind of the speed, but the hits of a Ganon or something, yeah.
Right. And then my other wild card, like you said, fucking Metroid. Give me a Metroid game, Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo really has the opportunity here. Nintendo has the opportunity here to really draw back in some of the lapsed fans. And I can't even call myself a lapsed fan. I do have a Wii U. I love Nintendo games. They're some of the best games ever made. They're one of the best publishers ever. But they have let that franchise fall into disrepair, and now is the opportunity to get it back. You know, revive it. Give me another Metroid Prime. That's all I'm asking.
I mean, that's all.
I don't even want a 2D Metroid. Just another Metroid Prime. Hell, HD remaster of Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 would suffice, because it means that you at least realize it exists.
Yeah. And give them some love, man. All right. We are at almost a minute 30 here. We're going to call this quits.
I would hope. Oh, we only talking for 1 minute?
Oh, my God. This is the longest fucking podcast ever.
It's the longest minute.
An hour 30 almost. So we are going to call it quits for tonight. Don't forget to go to www.SOGOpod.com for all your video game podcast needs. Go to facebook.com/SOGOpod. Go to Twitter @TheSOGOpod. We are the most active on Twitter by far. That is lit. We have followers out the fucking wazoo. Get on there and interact with us. We have fun. And that's going to be it for the SOGOpod, guys. This has been Kinder and Frank. See you after E3 for a recap.
You're listening to Kinder and Frank on the SOGOpod.